we'll move on to HCR132 HD1, HR112 HD1, requesting the Department of Health to submit a request to the Drug Enforcement Administration for an exemption to regulations and a petition to initiate proceedings for federal rulemaking to clarify that the state authorized use of medical cannabis does not violate the Federal Controlled Substances Act. First up, we have the Department of Health with comments.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair Nakashima, Vice Chair Masayoshi, and members of the committee.
We're not able to hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you very, very softly.
Maybe I can try. Is that better?
Yep, better.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Good afternoon. I'm Tammy Whitney with the Department of Health Medical Cannabis Registry Program, and the department wishes to stand on our written testimony offering comments, and we're available for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have the Akamai Cannabis Clinic in support.
Good afternoon, Vice Chair, Chair, members of the committee. Thank you for being willing to hear this very important measure. I stand on my written testimony in strong support, which primarily contains some suggestions for edits for clarity and consistency, and I hope also answers any concerns that were previously raised about this measure. Thank you for considering my testimony, and I will be available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have Big Island Grown Dispensaries in support.
Yes, thank you so much, Jacqueline Moore with Big Island Grown. We see this as a huge step forward, and we are in strong support. Thank you so much for scheduling to hear this resolution. Aloha.
Yeah, thank you, members. We have a number of individuals submitting testimony all in support. The only one here today will be Kai Luke in support. Not present. I guess we have no one in support. Members, any questions?
Sure.
Yeah, Rep Ward.
I have a here for Dr. Otto, as I usually do. Dr. Otto, this is...
Dr. Otto, you're on mute.
I'm on mute.
Yes, Representative Ward.
Dr. Otto, Dr. Otto, you're...
Good afternoon.
The question is, according to the title, this is only regarding cannabis for medical purposes. But if you look at line 24 to 27 on the second page, it kind of says, and by the way, have them write a letter to make all of the use of cannabis outside of the schedule of forbidden drugs. That seems to be contradictory. Or do you read it in such a way or not? Look at line 24.
Well, so I would say that what this resolution is addressing is the fact that authorized use of cannabis in Hawaii violating federal law because it's a constitutional authority reserved to the states and cannot be preempted by a federal rule that is namely the Schedule 1 list. So the broader category here is the state's authority under the Constitution to decide how controlled substances are used within the state. And in this instance, the state decided 21 years ago to authorize cannabis for medical purposes within the state. The state could certainly broaden that use, that authorization at some point. That's not what I'm suggesting. As you know, I am a proponent for legitimate medical use. But I think the more accurate way to describe this is recognizing that state authorized use of a controlled substance does not violate federal law.
Okay, so the language on lines 24 to 27 does not bring in or allow recreational marijuana.
No, the authorized use of cannabis within the state is completely up to the state. So if the state sticks with strictly medical use as it currently is, then this would not pertain to recreational use. This only pertains to uses that have been authorized by the state.
Okay, if that's the case, terrific. Thank you, Dr. Otto.
Thank you, members.
Thank you.
Questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to HCR 135, HR 1.